it says you're trying to impose your religion. What about separation of church and state? How many of y'all heard that? You're imposing your beliefs on us. And this is a great question, and I hear it all the time, and you got to be able to answer these questions.
Yeah, this is a common objection, and it's very understandable, principally because people misunderstand something about the phrase separation of church and state. They think of the church being way over here, and the state being way over here, and religious folk over here, and other citizens here, so that if there's an issue that comes up that bears on some moral question, that the religious folk have to stay in their church because that's separation of church and state. You know, Miles, people would be surprised to find out that the phrase separation of church and state never appears in the Constitution at all. In fact, in the First Amendment, it says something different. It says, Congress shall make no law establishing a religion or interfering with the free exercise thereof. What Congress can't do, or any state government can't do, is they can't establish a religion. What's establishing religion? Well, that's like telling you which denomination you have to join, or what way you got to get baptized, or what your views of the second coming of Christ have to be. There is nothing in Prop 8 or anything like it that has to do with an inappropriate establishment of somebody's religion. It's just simply not there. Basically, what we're doing in this session is we're doing exactly what this First Amendment guarantees for us. We're exercising our liberties as citizens. Whether we're Christians or not is irrelevant. We're doing it as citizens to have our voice heard and to make our vote on what is primarily a secular issue. All of my arguments, and the ones that we use at Stand to Reason regarding this issue, are all secular arguments. They're the kind of arguments that a Christian can use and an atheist can use. This proves that this issue is not a religious issue, it's a secular point.
Yeah, I want you to imagine that if we, a non-Christian who supports Prop 8, he's non-Christian, is he different than a Christian supporting Prop 8? They're just two people. But what happens is they're going to target on the Christian. I was just asked this tonight by a reporter, what about separation of church state and being political? Yeah. Marriage, to me, is in the Bible. That's where it came from. So I'm talking about the Bible issue. But all of you Christians have a right, just as much as anybody else, to voice your opinion on anything. All the devil's trying to do is take your opinion out. So you have a right to talk about anything. You can talk about what president you want, who you want to be president. Matter of fact, I can do that as well. Who I believe I want to be president. I never will, but I can, because I'm a citizen just like you. So we have to be understanding what the law says.
Miles, you gave a great message here on what the Bible teaches about the institution of marriage and God's foundation of that. But a whole lot of people in the world don't understand those details, but they understand marriage is between a man and a woman because God built that into every human being and into every culture. Therefore, whether or not you know that information, you can still argue for marriage as we've described here because it's a foundation of civilization. Whether your motivations for doing that are informed by the Bible or they're just informed by reflection on what makes a solid society, it shouldn't matter to our vote. It's still a secular issue.
Yeah.